the epitome of all that is good.
Reading through
The
all my
utmost of my
creations, all my
potential.
creations. And it's the title
You are my
track.
first.
Well, it's just only my
And I'll make
first
sure to
album.
be the last.
Okay, so that when I say you create blah, 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 out of all my creations, the epitome of all that is good. Yeah, I believe that's what I said.
Created. And I'll make sure to be the last.
Yes, yeah. So
Created.
as you see, it increases through the
And now it's time to create mine.
ends on minor. What it is. So what it is, when you see that image of that little, when you go to minor and you have like a glimpse of the very angelic, guardian-looking figure. That is the seraph, actually.
Yeah, the one that's all white with like. Okay.
And that used to be minor. So that.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
So that used to be. That used to be the rendition of what minor used to look like.
Oh.
So here, and I'm sure this is the part where a lot of people do get confused, but what that part actually is it's showing a brief moment into the past.
Yeah.
In how Mr. Insanity first originally created Mido, and that was an image of.
So it's his past memories, maybe too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So as he's kind of
going
skimming along, it's kind of colliding with Mido, and he's like present thoughts on that. And then we go into the past.
Right.
Mido, you see him. And I get why this might be all very confusing because it's played just by me.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot more clear. You know, I was like, man, it would have been a lot more easy if I had certain actors to do this. But again, it's because it's so personal.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
But God, would that have been easier? Then I wouldn't have to go through the whole dialogue thing.
It's okay. I'll just get ripped and lose a lot of weight and just.
Oh yeah, maybe you did my story. Oh yeah, that wouldn't be bad at all, my friend. But seriously, I think that moment was that moment where you first get to see what Mido used to be as like a seraph, and then you see him say, "You were my first." And you know, keynote. If you ever think about what my very first song for this whole series, not Zombie Pop, because that's like not a song. That's like a song for something else.
Yeah.
But for my whole Mido series, the first song is Mido.
Yeah.
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 So my first creation was Mido.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it connects like that.
That
too.
does connect like that. Yes. And
that's crazy, actually.
Yeah. It's crazy how that worked out. Originally, that character was meant to represent all the good in insanity. You know.
Okay.
Because he wanted to start off strong. Like he wanted to start off with his creation being like something beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay.
But I guess what he didn't entail was he made his first creation so powerful that it took so much essence out of insanity. And that essence, and any essence from insanity is something pretty dark if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But that is why Mido eventually got too strong. Because he got jealous of all the other creations. It's a very biblical thing too.
Yeah.
And he started resenting his creator. And this whole part, which you're about to see, is when it just cuts straight into the point where Mido's like, I'll make sure to be your last, you know, because you created me in your image, and it's his time to create his in his. Yeah. He's in his.
He's in his image.
He's in his.
He's finding out himself.
It's like it's a very biblical line too. And then you go through and then it starts Mido 2, because Mido 2 is meant to represent the transitional point. You have the black, and then the red and the white, which eventually, I mean, that's gonna come out later. The album. So we have the black that's already come out. So if you think about when an angel defects, no, what do you say? When an angel descends, not defects, okay.
You're good.
When an angel descends, I like to think it goes from pure to the red to the dark.
I see.
Red meaning it still holds love, but it's love that I guess mixed with fury, which is why it's the red album.
Right.
And then goes to pitch black when the heart it rots away from everything he loved or she loved, and it turns pitch black. So I'm working backwards here.
Okay.
I'm trying to ascend back
Ascend
into
back.
that.
Ooh.
That's the image. So I mean, play away. Oh my god, we're not gonna get through this.
No, we're
already.
good. So
That's
And
our
don't make sure
image.
to be your last.
Taking off the helmet.
Created your image. And now it's time to create your
Minor remembering. Insanity. Taking off his coat.
right, and he's like kind of unlocks like
Revealing his powers. He's the universe inside him.
yeah.
And he's vanishing. Right over here.
Seeing this on my television is crazy.
What is
It's like how like it scares us.
And this is when he got banished. This is when he realized he was so alone. He prayed. And then this is when he started accepting the fate. So that very moment where you see something unlocked in him. That's a presence of evil inside him that is
escaping
awakens.
Awakens.
So it was dormant, and then that's why I speed ramped that part up, where it was to the point where he was trying to resist it, but then after realizing how betrayed and alone he was, he just something inside him awoke, and that's that very moment. That's actually one of my favorite scenes, where you see something like a red devil type of thing,
Right.
just like, and it just looks like. I mean, I can't do it right now.
Hey, but you do it on camera. I mean, shoot.
but,
That's
I
what
mean,
most matters. All right, should we?
So yes, please do.
Okay, got you.
Because we're not gonna get through it otherwise.
No, you're fine.
That far.
Okay, that's
And this is
fine.
I'm going. Transitioning.
Also, the red scene is literally Mito's as well, right?
Myers past self.
Yeah. Fire shot. Love it.
Flies back up, telling his creator he hasn't forgotten and don't go insane.
That's fire. And
then-
when'd you create that? So I didn't see that.
So this was actually a last minute idea with Scott.
Okay.
And Scott.
Yeah, fire you.
Yeah, again, being the brainiac that he is,
Yeah.
he was like, let's do something with like insane, because I wanted to, again, like that was like this whole story that you just heard, right? But it has to cut back into present state,
Right.
right? Like, so then what's happening now, right? Like what's going on with all these stories and
Right.
and so I had to find a way to tail back into Insanity's creation, which is like another one of his creations, which is this Ian, supposedly meant to be the successor, or the one to stand up to, because that again, Ian is also like a representation of insanity, which is why insane and Ian. So and Mito doesn't have that technically, right? So that's why Ian is insanity. And I mean, it's very. Sorry, it's very like. It's just,
Complicated?
Yeah.
It's a little complicated.
Yeah, going through a lot of.
A lot in his head.
Yeah, and so technically it comes to that. So this is the part that I kind of want people to interpret however they want.
Right.
Okay.
Interesting.
To because maybe, but then again, it's there is wait actually, no, there is a. There is a proper way to
Explain
this better. But again, Ian is at the end of the day. So then we have this Ian, right? We have this Ian that is born.
Okay.
And I guess in this story, it's like it just starts off present day, and we don't know why this guy is running.
Right.
He's running from something. But we have this Ian that's supposedly now meant to be the one to really turn the tides around, to the one to kind of face up to Mito, because technically what Mr. Insanity is trying to do is he's trying to stop this evil force. Mito, he's trying to stop his evil creation. And that's just kind of the whole embodiment of this. And if I was to explain to you further what that really means in the long run, the reason why I have Mito and Mr. Insanity and all that, Mito is meant to represent all my downs.
Okay.
Right? Every time I go manically down, he's there.
Okay.
I turn into him.
Yeah.
And the the creation aspect of Mr. Insanity, trying to create all these creations are essentially me, real time, trying to create a lot of moments where my downs wouldn't ruin those moments.
I see.
Because for me, a lot of the hardest thing about me is every time I'm enjoying a certain moment in my life, so I'll just magically pivot sometimes.
Okay.
Manically down. Yeah, and I feel like that always taints my moment and my experience. So it's always trying to find a way to create a journey, a story in this case, where it's not going to be tainted by my, or in this case, my manic downs. So that is the visual representation, and this is just the reality aspect of it. That's where I draw my inspiration from, if you had to know. So, and the thing about me is, shit, we're not even watching it.
I know. We're at a minute 39.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, please include this part. So technically, that is why this whole thing started.
Okay.
That's the very important, what do you call it? That is the very important connection that I want to draw for the reason why I'm creating this into such a multiverse.
I see.
You know, Insanity obviously representing me. I go insane all the time. So what better fitting, you know? And it just so happened to be Insanity had Ian in it, which is kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
That was really.
I thought that was like, oh, that's like, you already knew about it.
No, actually, that was just crazy how that worked. It's meant to be, you know.
Yeah. When I first saw, I was like, that's dope.
So it now goes into present time.
We're just gonna go to one shot.
Yeah, and you see this guy getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? And you know, it's like, but then again, like, I mean, what do you expect from all these other stories? Like, blueberry, like you're running away from like blueberry monsters.
No, but they're fire.
Yeah, so he gets kidnapped here. We don't know who kidnaps him, but he does get kidnapped.
That's true.
And it starts off. He gets kidnapped to this, I guess, house. Or this, or what?
Yeah, house.
Yeah. What do you think? Like, he does get kidnapped to a house.
Is it the same house as when Milo was running on the walls?
That's a good question.
No, but I'm just saying, is it at the same place he filmed? But
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh, sorry. I think you meant.
no, that too. Exactly.
No, it's not the same place that we filmed.
Okay.
But it's meant to be. It's kind of like a mirror. It's kind of like a mirrored world. You know how they have in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where it's meant to represent the same place, but in Maido's eyes, it's like a completely worn down version, but they still collide.
Right.
So he does get kidnapped to this place, and this Ian. One common thing about all these Ians in all these multiverses, key fact, is they all have the same thing going on. Like, they all have something that's
connected.
Yeah, connected in a way.
Because, interesting.
Because Insanity has a lot of voices. These voices represent his, I guess, different thoughts, different characters inside of him. So essentially, if you're taking an essence off of Insanity, Maido has them too, but we have yet to see what that sounds like, which is going to be quite interesting. But all these, that's why Ian always resorts to medication to subside or everything.
So that was medication.
So no blueberries.
Yeah.
So Beautiful has them, but we don't see him taking it.
Right.
And again, this Scary Cat too, but it's you see very brief moments of clips of him doing something with this medication, but this medication.
But in this one, in one shot, you literally physically see you take it.
Yes, and this medication is put there by Mr. Insanity.
I see. Oh, that's why it's sparkling.
Yes, because it's to actually endeavor his. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like if a god gives you with certain items to keep you in check without you even knowing that's like God's
like plan.
Yeah. The ring is something to subside that too.
I see.
It's to somehow wear off with Maido. This is that representative, by the way. Right there. You know, a lot of people ask me.
What about it?
They liked it.
Where'd you get that from?
My stylist made it. So my stylist actually made this. Yeah, they like it until I tell them it's like a real eye.
It's a real
No,
eye.
I was kidding. No.
Like they use like for like people that don't have eyes.
Yeah, like we gouged somebody and we took.
Of course.
No, I was.
In art, you know,
No,
in art
no,
form.
no,
but-
I was playing. No, it's not real eye, is it? No, it's not. It
I
looks
thought,
very
I thought it'd be like one of those mannequin eyes.
Yeah. It's,
Literally.
it's like I think someone made it. Yeah, it's like a prosthetic eye, pretty much. So I guess it's pretty expensive, I heard, but he made it into this iconic image for
Yeah, now it's like the brand.
Yeah, it couldn't be better fitting because, you know, Mido, again, the whole eye thing, it does really come from like an homage to my visual directing. So I wanted to have a lot of elements where, for me, like directing, obviously for me, like the best camera in the world, the best lens are these. As cliche as that sounds, but for me, I really do store everything here. So when my world flips, it feels like I'm losing one eye. Which is why it's again, it's.
That's why I went Mido. One line missing.
Yeah, because.
Did you explain that in the first?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't explain that to this extent. So I think everything I'm saying here, never explained it properly. So I don't know.
I don't know. Look, I'll my editing is gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 2-hour recording.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
Well, this is only part 1. There's gonna be 3 parts, like I said before, if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram. This is already a 46-minute video. Part 2 is gonna probably be 50, and part 3 is gonna be a lot. But this is just a reminder to like this video if you want part 2. Let's try to get to 5,000 likes if we can. I would love to do more content like this with DPR IAN, the DPR team, or other artists maybe. Also, part 3 will be posted on my new channel. Yes, I have a new channel called Dre Day. Link in description. I'll be posting part 3 over there. That's in the future. That's in the future. So you don't have to worry about that. Alright, y'all, enough talking. Let's continue.
Alright, let's actually start this.
Okay, please.
Yeah.
So he's running.
How early was this? Or late?
Late. It was about 8 p.m.
Okay, nice. Fake thunder?
Yes. Okay. Fake skies and everything. There's like a bird that I put in there, but you can't even like tell.
Where was it?
Because YouTube compresses it and you just you
Oh.
can't see the freaking bird. I'm sorry.
Show me.
I'm so like.
No, please.
So like I put like a fake bird.
Oh, wait. No, I don't see it.
I did put a fake bird, but I should. Ready?
Oh, wow.
How realistic is that?
You know what's
So
crazy?
people
We had
don't
this
get it.
whole conversation while we were watching National Geographic. He's like, you know, some of these, you just randomly said, some of these animals are fake. I'm like,
Oh, yeah?
what?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, some of them are CGI.
Yeah,
We're getting
CGI.
that good. I'm like, no way.
Yep, exactly. If I could do that, I mean, technically that's nothing, but you know what's so, you know what's so screwed up? It's, just for that one bird, I had to like study what it would actually look like in that light.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know, in the movement, how fast it would be.
What did you search up? Or
So yeah, I actually did. I do a lot of these researches actually,
That's good.
especially with thunder too. I've been studying thunder and lightning
Oh, cool.
for a couple of years actually. Just because I wanted to understand the behavior when it sparks when you get the half, your shutter speed actually goes AY and then your screen cuts in half and then you have certain things. So I had to implement a lot of that motion, a lot of that tracking, a lot of the behavior for that. It would be so crazy if there's none of it. A lot of the behavior for a lot of things, the movement and all that, just so I can really implement that into a lot of my things. So I like every time it rains, it thunders, and it just goes AY, right? I like to go outside in the hopes of not getting shocked. I just like sit there and I film it.
Or do you want that? Like
Oh my goodness! If I could actually turn into something, by getting hit by thunder,
Yeah. Why not?
of course.
Become like Raiden from
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat or Thor.
And then it's like, then I wake up and it's like, you're in heaven, my son.
No!
There was a case when someone got hit by, they turned into a genius or something. Have you heard of that?
No.
Oh, okay. Someone got hit by lightning or something, and after a few days, he became like literally like a genius. He
Oh.
started seeing shapes, patterns, and everything. Maybe.
Oh, something sparked the plug. Maybe he's superhuman.
Yeah,
Low-key.
yeah.
I mean, it developed him. Does he have any other problems?
I don't know.
Or
Actually,
like he has respiratory problems.
Oh no, like just OCD and all that stuff. Like just apparently.
too smart.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, speaking of like, it's just for that one bird, I just
Damn, I was just saying when it started with a bird.
yeah, I mean,
Nobody has ever
No
said
one.
anything about
No
a bird.
one.
I don't think
Nothing.
that was so tiny though.
yeah, because it's so
Go back, let me see
it's
this bird
so-
again.
It's so natural, but that's what I wanted.
But that's good. Oh, that bug flying was real though.
Oh
Right?
yeah, that's
okay.
unreal.
What's, I'm not gonna believe anything. That's fine. It's dope. It's dope. I would never suspect. I was like, oh, that's a bird.
I guess it worked then.
But he did.
Yeah.
He wanted someone to compliment
Yeah.
on it. He's like, it's not a real bird.
Fun fact, like the falling scene, I fell into like that very first scene before I transitioned into the dirt.
Right.
I fall into a
Cacti?
yeah, like
kind of something spiky.
you know what it is? Do you know what that is? It's like it's kind of like I don't know what it is, but they're like little plants and they have little glass like shards.
Oh yeah, you
What?
did tell me about that.
Yeah,
I
and-
still don't know what it is,
Oh
but
my god! And I just fell right into it, and I just put my hands all over it.
yeah.
And I just didn't know what that was, but it was so tiny, it was like microfibers
Yeah.
that just was stuck in my hand. And every time I moved it, you feel like it feels like glass.
cutting.
Yeah, just cutting all your arms. And I got that everywhere. So,
Jesus.
and that was the beginning of one-shot like shoots. So
Okay.
I had that like during the whole process of this.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Nah,
but you know.
let me see it again. Because I actually didn't know that, so I was like, oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, you keep on going though.
Blue game kidnapped.
Was that supposed to be on purpose? In the I thought somebody was like right there.
Oh, me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Wait, are you just standing up?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Continuity. Let's go.
Yeah. I wanted but honestly, yeah, even that too. Like
I thought somebody was there watching you. I was like,
Oh yeah. No, it was meant to be obvious, but
Okay.
it came out. I guess people just kind of mixed that part, but
Right.
that part was actually meant to be very deliberate, where it was meant to show me like, you know how when you see like someone getting kidnapped,
Right.
and then you just see them like looking back.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was meant to be that, like, it didn't come out like
because I thought I was like, oh, is that Mr. Insanity actually like?
oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's Ian getting kidnapped, and he's trying to like look out to see like where he's going.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean it happens so.
I mean,
fast.
I didn't notice it before, but
Yeah.
until I just watched it now.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Me trying to get out. Oh,
shoot.
Ian.
Still has Ian.
Yeah, that's our manager driving the car actually.
Oh, good shit.
Oh my god. So
That's
funny.
not real.
Yeah, well the thing is, because we can't.
Obviously, you just like literally.
I was acting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the camera's just like this. Like you know, Jay was DP, and he was just like, it was so funny. We had we were working on this shoot with about like a 5-man crew.
Right.
So only 5 people went out to shoot this. It was
Damn.
really run and gun. So
Very.
we had like John, my manager, my AD, even our stylist actually, like on the side of this van, just like
Wait.
two people like.
Is it a girl?
Who?
The stylist.
Oh no, he's
Oh,
a
sorry,
guy, junior.
I'm mixing it up with somebody else.
Oh.
No, I mean, I know someone that worked on your makeup.
Oh yeah,
I know her.
Yuki.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's fine.
No, she helped
Shout
out
out
with this one.
Mm.
Shout out to her. She did an amazing job. I was actually very worried about that because not because I didn't trust her, but because just in general, this concept we kind of already dedicated it to some a stylist already that was in Korea,
I see.
but she couldn't make it. So it was in the given time that we had, we're just scared if like no one could understand that concept without giving them time, because it's very specific.
Right.
Like Miner's makeup and Ian's like little bruises and cuts there. Just I guess in general it's more of minor, because there's like for me what I usually get is a lot of people have a really hard time doing makeup on me. I mean ever since,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you meant makeup in general. I was like,
well, ever since I think no, ever since the like idle days. Yeah, so it I don't know, that's like a
The idle days.
it was just idle days. That's what I've been getting. So I mean, so but then you know she like
Did her thing.
She just
No,
killed it.
I keep on meeting her in like different sets. So we grew to know each other. She worked on with Hedgen and then at first and then just over and over again.
Wow. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, she worked with you. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no,
I guess
she's
she's
fire.
that
Yeah.
go-to now.
She's good. She's
Shout
so
to you.
good. So good. So good.
Alright.
But anyway, yeah. So got kidnapped. Now, you know. Oh, got so many bruises. Broke my thumb.
You broke his thumb or jammed it?
Yeah.
Alright, now we're here.
At the house. On a dolly, so it's a dolly shot. Pretty much.
Is the lighting actually being worked on? Or?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I was gonna say either
Yeah.
post or yeah.
That was, yeah, so we had everything reworked. This part. You like the hand thing? So
Love
Jesus,
it.
like that fire part took
I
about.
saw.
Yeah, I remember.
I saw the layers. I was like, Jesus, just for that,
Just
what,
that
3
one-
seconds?
Not even, man. It's like
No, not even like 1.5.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I have a tattoo. Says here, it says burn right here. That's why it starts from my left and I go on fire for a split second and it disappears. That's the
Okay.
reason for that. Pretty crazy, huh? So that burn part took about 4 hours to do. And get that, see?
Yeah.
Because I have a burn on my tattoo right here. It starts on my left.
Right.
So, as you
Oh,
can see,
did not notice that the last
yeah,
time.
yeah, that was something I snuck in.
That's fire.
That was interesting too.
I
Like,
did not notice that even in my reaction.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
No, until I saw it right now.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, the thing about this part though is, like people would be asking, like, what is this chaos that's going through this guy's head?
Right.
So essentially, what it is in a very story sense.
Right.
So this Ian is particular. You've seen Constantine, right?
Yeah, I have.
So it's not your ideal, like angelic, grateful person that has faith, but he has faith. But so technically, what this Ian is he's kind of like almost resenting the creator for like choosing him. Like why do I have to like?
What do I have to do with this?
Yeah, why do I have to like be your puppet as well? So in a sense, it's very similar to Mitre.
I see.
So this whole scene here is actually obviously what goes in my head chaotically, but just a story representation of it.
Right.
He's kind of like kind of telling the creator like,
why?
yeah, like
Why
you
me?
know, just almost like even blasphemy, like giving a finger at him almost. You know, just kind of like stop. You
Yeah.
know, like,
I mean, it's normal to ask why me to take all this heavy weight on.
so that's
heavy.
This is exactly that whole scene. So
Okay.
you see him, you know, going in and out of these like chaotic worlds. It's kind of
Right.
like it's almost like as if he's Mitre almost in that sense, you know, because it's like the
Already,
red,
like, yeah.
yeah. So you see very similarities to that. When you see the red, when you see the world turning into red,
Right.
that's actually Mitre's world. So he's
I see.
tapping
That makes
into
more
it.
sense. Yeah.
Because in Seraph, if you see that moment when I put the mask on and right before I ascend, you see a glimpse of the red world. So that red world is what they call the other side.
Okay.
And I'm sure a lot of fans now could speculate a lot of what
Yeah.
that means. No blueberries, welcome to the other side.
Yeah, they'll definitely go look back on it. That's fire.
Yeah, so the other side is an actual place that I've yet to introduce to this multiverse.
Yeah.
Properly, but it's kind of like my rendition of literally like the flip version of like Mitre's world.
Okay.
So Mitre's world is, if you see, it's just red. It's like, you know, it's like it's just hell. It's chaotic.
So in No Blue Layers and So Beautiful, there was a splash of red anywhere?
No, so that
Okay.
part
That's
I
awesome.
didn't want to
Show yet.
include yet because that part that world wasn't being tapped into.
Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
but this, yes.
Let's try it. This part you didn't show me. I remember. I'm glad you did.
Who's coming?
Who's coming? Let's go acting skills.
Oh goodness, I mean,
So yeah, this part.
so this part was interesting. So now he's he's not even bothered by the fact that he's kidnapped, but he's more bothered by the fact that he's going through
A lot.
he's managing.
And then
Yeah. So technically, right here, what we see is
Ah.
he's so this is like again a representation of what I mean in the real world, where sometimes I'll be in like a crazy moment
Right.
where I would have to be focusing on that. For example, if I was being kidnapped,
Yeah.
or if I was like on the brink of like getting an award for something,
Exactly.
or doing an interview, for example, for that matter, and it would just come, like it would just, and then the voices, and all of a sudden I'll just plummet. And honestly, at that point, whatever it is that I'm doing at that very moment, well, whatever is happening to me, doesn't become the catalyst. It does not become the priority.
I see.
So it overpowers that. So this is a rendition of what it actually does look like in such a
Artistic.
it's such I guess so. In such a chaotic moment, in such a moment where it doesn't matter to be present, it just overrules it.
Okay.
So that's why the voices are like, you have to get out. And you know, and it's and don't ask me why. It's like it's this British lady, but
Yeah, why not?
but I mean, for me, it was always kind of like that.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
like it was. I think honestly, I think it really that voice is like, now that I really think about it, it really does come from maybe the sound of my mom, because my mom has like this Australian and obviously British accent, more Australian, but for some reason it does sometimes sound British. And I think for me it was like a replicate of what that sounds like. That's kind of what I hear. It's helpful. It's very helpful.
Yeah.
But I kind of always block that out. And then you have like one that sounds like some mouse. But I mean, don't ask me about that one.
Okay, I won't ask you about that one. Actually, let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change batteries and just like take a breather.
Okay, let's do that.
And that's the end of part 1. It's a lot. There's a lot to go through. Part 2 is gonna be quite interesting as well. And part 2 is gonna be even more amazing because he goes even a little bit more, even deeper into the music video itself and in his mind and just random things. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Like this video again. Share this video with everybody around the world who loves DPR and who doesn't. Just share it. DPR Ian is a very interesting mind. I always thought that even before we became friends. I'm pretty sure you think the same way. That's why I am grateful to the DPR, the team, Ian, everyone, John, for allowing me to sit down with them and just have a conversation. Part 2 is already being edited as we speak. Should be around 50 minutes or less. And part 3 will be on my new channel, Dre Day. Go subscribe. I want to give away this album. And here's how to win. Well, step 1 is the easiest one.
And pause. Dre here to explain how to win this giveaway. Step 1 is the easiest one. Subscribe to JREKML and Dre Day. Dre Day is the new channel, so link in the description. Step 2, share this video on Twitter and Instagram and tag me on Twitter and Instagram when you share it. Whether you repost or just tweet it out, tag me. Step 3, comment what's your favorite song or songs on the album and why you like DPR Ian. I do want to know, so comment down below. And that's it. I'll be choosing the winner on an Instagram story, so be on the lookout.
And I'll see you on part 2. Peace.
Hey, you better subscribe. If you want more content, catch me on Twitch on Dre Gaming. I'm there every day.
I'm sipping on soju. Hey, do I know you? He got an ex, so that joint is old school. A minute like swimwear.